Welcome to Inspirational Journeys, everyone. My name is Ann Harrison, and today my special guest is Meghann Whistler, and she's a sweet romance author. Welcome to the show, Meghann.
Thanks, Anne. Nice to be here.
Nice to have you. Nice to meet you too. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I'm a wife and I'm a mom. I have 3 little boys, so I'm a boy mom. So life is busy. And I actually started writing Christian romance novels probably about 3 years ago when my littlest was just starting to go into preschool. So I had a little bit of time during the day to myself. And I thought, oh, you know what would be fun? Let me write a romance novel.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. So, what inspired you to become a writer?
Gosh, I've just always loved to read. I was the kid who, you couldn't tear the book away from me. I would try to stay up late. I would bring the books, put them under my covers. I've just always loved reading, and I've always loved writing too. I can remember writing stories in elementary school and writing, and then I really loved writing in high school and took some creative writing classes in college. And I actually went to graduate school for creative writing. So this has kind of always been my passion.
Oh, wow. That does sound awesome. So, what got you started with the sweet romance?
Well, I went to graduate school for creative writing, like I said, and then I actually started working as a marketing writer for a technology company. And I did that for about 15 years. So I was busy with business writing for a long time and didn't have a lot of time to devote to creative writing. And then once my littlest was a little bit older, but I didn't want to go back to the corporate world. That was, it's a huge time commitment, and I didn't want to take my time away from my family. But I wanted to go back to doing what I love, which is writing. And I had been reading a lot of Christian romance novels around that time, just because I'd been going through some things in my personal life that felt hard. And I found that Christian fiction was very uplifting, and it sort of took me out of the feelings of, depression or being down or being worried that I was having regarding things going on in my personal life, and just made me feel better for a little while. So I'd been reading a lot of Christian fiction, and I'd been reading a lot of Christian romance novels. And one day I just had the idea. I was like, I bet I could write one of these. And so that's how that happened.
So tell me about your process. Are you a pantser, a plotter? Do you plan a little, pants a little? What I mean, and some people call it planters.
Sure. No, I'm right by the seat of my pants for sure. I'm a very character-driven writer. So I start with the idea of a character, and then things develop from there. So, and I also, I have to write to discover who my characters are. So I'll start writing and I'll learn more about them, and then they'll kind of take me on the journey. So they really lead the plot for me. If it doesn't make sense for my character, then it doesn't happen in the plot.
Wow. Because I used to do that, and then I started plotting a little bit because I'm trying to profile my characters, because I felt like, and I would interview my characters, but there were times when I felt like I didn't know my characters well enough to just pants after a while. So once I started learning more about, and I don't do a full outline, I kind of do the no further than the headlights kind of thing, to kind of know just a little bit about where I'm going, and I let the characters take me. It sounds like your characters talk to you once you get started.
They do. They talk to me through the page for sure.
I see. Mine can do it in dreams too. So, do you listen to music when you write? Do you have any like coffee, tea, anything like that?
No, I need it to be quiet, quiet, quiet. Which, it's only quiet in my house when the kids are at school. So I write in silence. Sometimes I'll have like a glass of water, but I tend to just, when I'm writing, I need to be really focused.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes it depends on how quiet it is in the house. Like it is now, I might have some music or a sound in the background to
Mhm.
help me focus. But a lot of times, like in the summertime when the air conditioner's going, I personally will not have my music on because I've got enough noise around me anyway. But I
Ah.
was just curious because, I've heard a lot of podcasters ask that question. I'm like, well, I wonder because do you have like a certain font that you like to use, a certain word processor?
I use Microsoft Word and I always write in 11-point Calibri, but then I transfer it over to Times New Roman when I'm done.
Yeah. So are you self-published or do you work with a publisher?
I've done both. My first book was published by Harlequin's Love Inspired line, and my latest, I self-published it.
Did you do love inspired suspense?
No, just the plain romance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love the love inspired suspense myself too. Um, like I said, I'm a mystery buff, but I love the sweet romance, um, the sweet romance occasionally when I need a break.
Nice.
Yeah. So tell me about your millionaire series.
Sure. So that's my new book, the one that I self-published. The first one in the series is called The Billionaire's Secret, and it's about young kind of technology billionaire who has recently been diagnosed with a chronic autoimmune disorder. So his life has sort of been upended, and he is very concerned about his diagnosis, and he really thinks that this is going to cost him the life that he's always wanted, which is, having a wife and having a family. He can't imagine that anyone would want to marry him, knowing that he has this condition. It's a very recent diagnosis for him, so he's really working through it. And of course, God and life have other plans. So when his business partners actually force him more or less to go on a wilderness retreat to kind of take some time out and work through his feelings about this illness. And when he's there, he meets a young woman who sort of captures his fancy right away. So it's about kind of what happens to them up at the wilderness retreat.
Ah, wow. Okay. So, what was the inspiration behind this book?
I was thinking about, taking someone who is very powerful, very wealthy, and sort of what would happen if you put him in a situation where he can't buy his way out of it. He has no power over this illness that he has.
Mhm.
And, how is he going to deal with that? So that was really the spark that started this book, was just thinking about, here's someone who has a lot of material advantages and, can pretty much have anything he wants, except, when it comes to his health, he can't fix it.
Okay. So, did you have to do a lot of research for the book, or was it straight just from the heart and you were able to pants it straight through?
No, I did do a lot of research on the particular autoimmune disorder that he has.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's fun to think about kind of what would life be like if you were a billionaire. So
I bet it is.
there was that aspect too.
Right. But I know if you're not careful, you go start researching, you can find yourself going down a rabbit hole really quick.
Yes, that's true.
So, what are you currently working on now?
I'm working on the next book in the series. So there are three of these billionaires who work together at a biomedical company. And when the company was acquired, they came into a lot of money and decided to start a venture capital firm together. So it's Ryan, who was the protagonist from my first book, The Billionaire's Secret. And then the next one is about his business partner, Alan. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh, nice. So do you have any writing advice you'd like to leave us with today?
Goodness, I think just if you enjoy it, it's a fun journey. So, write what you like and write what you enjoy and write a book that you want to read, and you'll have fun.
Yep, and I can attest to that one. So where can people find you online?
I have a website at Meghann, and it's an unusual spelling, Meghann, Whistler, WHISTLER.com. And then I'm also in all the usual places. I'm on BookBub, I'm on Goodreads. You can find me on Amazon, Facebook, and the various other social media.
Yeah, I saw your Twitter and Instagram on your website. I'm gonna put those links in the show notes too. So, and I don't want to put you on the spot. So if you're uncomfortable with us, let me know. But especially Christian authors, I like to ask, do you have a special Bible verse you'd like to share?
Well, I really love the verse that inspired my latest book, which is 2 Corinthians 12:9. And I'm actually not sure if I know the exact wording off the top of my head, but it's the one that, my strength is made perfect in weakness.
Okay.
Because I really do feel like, our struggles and our trials are when we need to rely on God the most, and when I feel closest to God. So if I'm going through something difficult and I turn to God, that's when I feel his comfort the most.
Wow. And I'm going to give you two more to think about. Because like I said, I've been going through a struggle and feeling kind of icky about a course that I'm taking. So when I talked to my author friends, the verses that came to mind were Philippians 4:13 and Romans 8:28. And yeah, those are really good ones too. So would you like to close us out in prayer?
Sure, absolutely. Father God, thank you for giving us the time to have this conversation, and thank you for bringing me and Anne together and meeting over email, and just please, God, bless her and her podcast, and help her with her course that she's struggling with. And just thank you for another great day. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. So before I close out, I do want to encourage you, when you go to Meghann's website, I do want to encourage you to subscribe to her newsletter. I found it through the Authors XP. It's Christian authors, but I found it that way. And but you can also get it through her website. You will get deals and special deals and all that good stuff. So we challenge you today to go out there and read to get inspired, write something inspiring, and share your creation with the world. For when you've touched one life, you've touched thousands. Thanks for joining us on Inspirational Journeys, and have a blessed day. Take care now.